Welcome, Dimitri Lang, Doctor of Physical Therapy here at Structural Synergy Physical Therapy in Howard Beach. I thought I would do a quick how-to video. In case you guys have been around the block or you've been in a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx or you've seen these things on Amazon, by now you've probably seen like these massage guns that you can get them now for like 30 bucks on Amazon. You get them for like, I've seen them for 20 bucks on Marshalls. And if you've seen one before and people have been using kind of like a massage gun, I'm going to give you a tip for what this is really useful for and one of the best ways you could use it. So let me preface this. Most people are familiar with the cardiovascular system, which is your heart and all your circulation that intertwines your entire body. Well, we have another system that's called the lymphatic system, which is the sewage system of your body. It helps not only to remove waste from cells, but it also helps deliver nutrients between cells. A lot of people overlook that important aspect of it. Well, here's the thing. The circulatory system, your heart pumps. As long as your heart is beating, you're going to have blood flow everywhere. If your chest is collapsed while your heart's being compressed, then that's an issue, but neither here nor there. I only say that because the work that I do is all about opening up people, and so their circulation is better and everything works better. The lymphatic system, on the other hand, only works with muscular effort. So I'm sure you may have seen people who sit all day, their ankles get swollen. Or, you don't move, you get swollen and you get cellulite and all this other stuff. It may not be as visible for some people who aren't overweight, but people will get swelling the less they move. So the sewage system, the lymphatic system, is throughout your entire body. It's mostly concentrated in your neck area, your armpits, the breasts for women, and the groin. And those are kind of like the main channels where the lymph flows very superficially underneath the skin. If you've ever heard of lymphatic massage, it really comes down to this: just gently stroke the top of your skin, short strokes towards these major emptying channels. Well, the biggest concentration of the lymphatics for your everyday person is between your ribs. So if you start just poking around between your ribs, you might find some really tender spots. Quite often they're even more tender the further out you go. Between your ribs, this lymphatic area innervates everything pretty much above the waist. It's a good place to start. So what this has been really useful for is you turn it on. It comes with all sorts of different attachments, but for the most part, for this particular work, if you use the spade attachment, which really looks kind of like a little shovel, you can use all sorts of stuff, but this one you really feel it'll make a huge difference. Put it on. You can use any of these things. These things are now so cheap and so accessible. Years back when I started, I had one of these. I paid like $1,000 for this, and another one is plugged into the wall. It had a big condenser. It's called a percussor, yada, yada, so on. So this works almost exactly the same. So you get it at a good setting, and then what you do is you start gently moving your ribs, you start working it out. And when you find the tender spot, because nothing should be much or pressing. Between the ribs, if it's tender, that lymphatic area backs up. As a matter of fact, every area over here relates to some muscle and some organ. But without getting into too much detail, if you just clear out the ribs, you're just going to feel a sense of lightness. Don't be surprised if you actually go to the bathroom and urinate a lot more. I've had amazing results with people who are like wheelchair bound, and we did lymphatics in their legs, and they told me that they got up that evening and literally urinated a couple of pints out. And it's visible decrease in swelling and a visible decrease in weight as well. It's a lot of water a lot of people retain. So what's nice about this is if you do this kind of work, it helps a lot with delayed soreness. Like let's say you've been working out and afterwards you're sore. People think it's lactic acid. Menza. A lot of times is that they work out so hard they push something out of place. The joint is out and it's tender, and that's why quite often people work out and they come see me for my work and they feel less sore afterwards. Just put it back in place. However, if you're at home after you're working out and you're sore, work your way between all the ribs and just you find a spot that's tender, hold it for 30, 40 seconds, it'll loosen up. And you'll be surprised to find how much less sore you are overall. Inflammation will go down, the ankle swelling will go away, and you'll also feel a boost of energy. This is a great way to get a boost of energy. Imagine if like your toilet wasn't flushing, how that would back up, your pipes. Well, this in essence, when we're doing this, is cleaning your sewage system of the body, and it's helping things flow better. Go between every single rib, avoid the nipple area, but you can move chest tissue up and down and just get those ribs in place. You'll be surprised at how more awake you feel. You'll be surprised at what kind of pain will go away. And you'll be surprised at how easy this takes. By the way, there's huge misunderstanding in this country. Women have been taught to do self-breast exams looking for what they consider are cancerous lumps. Quite often it's a swollen lymph node. And a swollen lymph node can just be massaged loose. It could be released like this. There's no reason. I mean, it's a shame that millions of women have been frightened enough to cut off a breast because they found the swollen lymph node and they were convinced that it was a cancer node. It's absurd. But when you do this and you do this on a regular basis, you're going to keep your sewage system clean. You have a nice boost of energy and real clarity in the head as well. And it's just an easy thing to do with a $30, $40 device that you can have. Let me know what you think. Another useful tip, hopefully. And I wish you all the very best. And when you're around, feel free to say hi. Structural Synergy Physical Therapy in Howard Beach. I wish you well. Cheers. Bye-bye.